everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Reaction Therapy. I'm your resident psychotherapist, Tom Stevens, here to break down lyrics to some Rod Wave. Can't wait to hear it. New music coming out. Fight the Feeling is the name of the song. Always love one of my favorite singers, Rod Wave. To hear his music, you know our mission. Spread mental health awareness to the world through music and lyrics, and this has got to do it. If you want more content, private live streams, more reaction therapy, go to Patreon or YouTube. And the Reaction Therapy podcast is out now. One day dream come true. If Rod Wave would be on our podcast channel, I would love that. But without further ado, let's get into it. Rod Wave, Fight the Feeling. It was almost like she was going, I don't know if this was his younger days, the earlier days for him of growing up and what he grew up with. It's a young boy in a room, and it's like she was getting ready, getting dressed up, makeup on, glasses, and then went to check on him and then walked out like, I guess he's asleep. My thought is she's going to go out now on a date or go out on the town, and he's left there alone, but I'm not sure. He knows something's up, though. Yep. And every time, Rodway's like church for me. It's like church, y'all, when you listen to him with the music, his voice, and the melodies. It's like church, y'all. Listen. Yep. Come on.
Okay, women. I just get so good at hiding your feelings. Pretending you're fine when really you've been dead. You can't keep patching up your pain, taking shots at the bar. Know exactly how you feel, I know what's in your heart. Young nigga came a long way with so many scars. Finally found a brighter day for being.
He just speaks truth to the life so many people have grown up in. I would love to know if this was his story of what he grew up with. So sad. This boy acting there looks perfect for that role. Just the disappointment, I think, in his face. That's so many children I've worked with. Brings tears to my eyes that have grown up without parents that were there but gone. And then he's got his grandma. His grandma's always there. And, she goes in, kiss, love you, bye. Like, he doesn't even get what's going on, right? Yeah, he gets what's going on. So does grandma too, but it's probably a repeated generational pattern. And he's growing up thinking, do I even matter? Am I important, or is the guy you're going out to see important? That happens so much of the time. Women, I know he's not saying this about women in a derogatory sense. He's saying it about relationships. Like, how did you get so good at hiding your feelings? Like, I can't tell what's going on with you. But of course, a child grows up in a situation like this. They don't know what they're going to get from the woman they end up with. So you know who he ends up picking? This child? An unavailable woman. This child very often ends up being somebody who picks women who leave him or picks women who cheat on him. That's not an absolute. But the pattern so often is he seems like a sweet boy, a loving boy. He doesn't want to disappoint his mom, doesn't want to hurt her. He's not yelling at her and screaming at her because she's leaving. Very often that's a child who grows up enabling relationships and becomes somebody who picks women who will do that very same thing to him. I don't know if that's the story, but it happens to a lot of people. The reverse cycle is he grows up and he ends up finding people he just cheats on all the time because he doesn't care. But very often that child would be the one who is screaming, yelling, and upset. So the pattern repeats typically one way or the other, but in this case, I would imagine. And then pretending you're fine, you drown in your misery in shots at the bar. It's not going to work. It's not going to help. So many scars. This is just a movie.
Keep patching up your pain, taking shots at the bar. Know exactly how you feel, I know what's in your heart.
Yep.
Young nigga came a long way with so many scars. Finally found a brighter day from being lost in the dark. Wanna hear that tonight? Oh no, there's something that's feeling right. Oh no, she's trying to get lit tonight. Oh no, get lost in the city lights. Oh no, her heart's still broken, but she's in it now. She need a grandmama to watch a child. Her makeup covers up a broken smile. No lies, hurting inside, but she's outside.
You're living on lies, hurting inside. She's outside. All the makeup covers everything. She needs a grandmama to watch her child. Oh my gosh, y'all. He's like telling the story. I know what's going on here. I don't know what you're trying to do by covering all this up, by taking shots at the bar. He's like, I know your story. I know what you've lived through. I've lived through something, but you know what? You don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear the reality of my story. You don't want to hear me saying, I don't want that anymore. Like I lived with that. I grew up with that. I want a real relationship. He's saying, y'all don't want that. So you're gone. You'll leave. He can't be real with them. So you know what? Play something that sounds good. Let's just get in a good mood and forget about the rest. Nope.
But she's in it now. She need a grandmama to watch a child. Her makeup covers up a broken smile. Living on lies, hurting inside, but she's outside. So get your hair did, put your clothes on. Tell the DJ to play your song.
Just love his beat though. I mean, the music when I sit and listen to it makes me want to get lost in that. And then I see these words and it's just heartbreaking, y'all. Come on, let's do this. Let's go, Rob Wave.
A broken smile, living on lies, hurting inside, but she's outside. So get your hair did, put your clothes on. Tell the DJ to play your song.
I'm so sorry. Get your hair did, man. Put your clothes on. Play the right song, and we're all good again. We're at the bar. We're drinking. We're going to forget about all our problems. We're going to pretend that right now is utopia. It's the best place ever. Forget reality is what he's saying. That's what the women are saying. I feel like Rob Wave's saying, I don't want that. I don't want to be that. But all I can find are women that want to be that. And so Rob Wave, keep looking. That's why therapy helps. That's why therapy matters. You find a good mental health professional. They're going to be somebody to say, let's see who you're picking. Let's just take a look. Just because you're picking them doesn't mean that's your only choice. But maybe you're picking them for a certain reason. If you can look at why you're picking them and you want to find somebody else, then you're going to have to look for people who don't give that flair in the beginning. You have to find somebody who's more substance, more depth.
Put your clothes on. Tell the DJ to play your song. Trying to fight the feeling, but you never finish healing.
Yeah.
Now you in the middle of the club, trying not to cry to a love song. In the middle of the club, trying not to cry to a love song.
Facts.
To a love song. To a love song. Now you in the middle of the club, trying not to cry to a.
You hear that in the middle of the club? All the dancing, all the drinking, all the lights, all the music. Trying not to cry to the love song. You know, the love song, when you're in love, it brings joy to your heart. And I think maybe he's saying that about himself. I'm in the middle of the club trying not to cry to the love song because it's my story of heartbreak and heartache and growing up with not knowing whether I'm worth it, whether I matter, whether I'm valuable enough. I mean, his music's incredible, the beats fire, all of that. But his story here is what everybody should hear, because if you ever grew up in abandonment, in neglect, and somebody who was not emotionally available, physically there, not emotionally available, and somebody who didn't teach you your worth as a son or a daughter in life, then you're going to relate to the song. And you know what? It's going to relate exactly to who you pick to be with in life. Man, this is good.
Love song. to a love song. Now you in the middle of the club, trying not to cry. To a love
Nope.
song. To a love song. Now you in the middle of the club, trying not to cry. To a love song. To a love song. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh.
Poor Rod Wave. God, I feel so bad for him. Played that so well. Gosh almighty, that boy played that role well. And that's a movie. That could be a movie. You need a Rod Wave movie. I mean, it's church for me. Like when I hear him, I hear that music, I hear those lyrics. It matters to me. Rod Wave, Fight the Feeling. Can't get enough. Play this one again. God, if you've ever had anything near this happen, you can relate. Trying not to cry in the middle of a love song. Fight the feeling. It's like shut it down, stuff it away, cram it away somewhere. But you know what? It's not going to make it go away. It's going to come back. It's going to come back until you get help and understand where this is coming from. Remember, this isn't real therapy, just Tom breaking down lyrics to music. If you want professional help, check the link in the description. Go to our Discord server. Chat with people there, over 3,000 people strong. Leave us your comments, feedback, insight. Let me know what you think about this song here and Rod Wave also. If you want more reaction therapy, go to Patreon or YouTube. It is there. And our new reaction therapy podcast channel is out on YouTube. Go subscribe today. Let's spread mental health awareness to the world so this doesn't have to keep happening. And we'll see you on the next reaction therapy.